Hi everyone, I'm Paul McKenzie. I'm one of the coaches at the SSL Emerging Nations program. This is something really important because we don't have time for a lot of practice, so you don't want to be changing your team. So you want to take people that are available and you want to stick with the same people all the way through, which means the choice at the start is really important. I prefer to take people that have team sport experience, but of course you need good sailors. But if you can get both, it's a great combination. So for an Australian, can be a football player when there was a kid that turned to sailing, can be a basketball player that turned to sailing, or still practices. But those sort of people really know how to work in a team and know how to take responsibility, but leave the responsibility to the others as well. SSL 47 is a great boat. Very simple for this size of boat. No mast rake, no shroud adjustments, no trim tab, no rake. It's a big dinghy. It's about as big as you can go and still be a dinghy. The body weight makes a difference. And I think that's the key. How to feel it, how to master it, is to treat it like a big dinghy. Do all the things you would normally do on a 470 or maybe a 49er. But just roll it, hike it, and move it around in the same way. My tip is to get the heel of the boat right. That means where the people are sitting, forward, back, out, down. Get the boat balanced, keep it going like you do with a dinghy. I think the answer is in the question. It's the team. It's the team that really counts. There's something to do for everybody at every moment. Sometimes just hiking, sometimes looking at the wind that's coming, but everybody has a role, and if somebody's not working in the right way, it's breaking down the coordination of the team. That might be just the way that the team moves into the hiking positions, might be the way that the boat's set up before you go out with the retrieving line. There's a lot of little details, but everything counts. It's the teamwork. 1, don't move until you really have to. 2, let the sails go head to wind. 3, everybody change sides. 4, trim the sails slightly open on the new side. And 5, the helmsman has to coordinate all this with the right rate of turn. It's changing between the genoa and the jib for a start. But basically, when it's time to tack, you already have your optimal trim. Don't change it until the last possible moment. And the last possible moment is slightly backing on the new tack. So hold that perfect trim. The cut needs to be completely off the winch so that the jib will go through to the other side very smoothly, won't get stuck on the shrouds, won't get stuck on the old sheet. And the new side, the other person needs to bring it in as far as possible without the winch and then just finish it off with the winch if needed. The trim on the new tack will be slightly more open than it was on the old tack, but you'll end up top speed with it back in the same position. There's a lot of differences from a dinghy, but the most successful technique is to pretend it's a dinghy. Everything's the same, we just have different ways of doing it. Set the overall power in the mainsail for the conditions you have. Overpowered, get rid of as much power as possible. Underpowered, build as much power as possible. In between, manage the power to get the power needed for those conditions. The controls that you have are the outhaul, but generally it's quite flat. The Cunningham just increases as you want to reduce the power. And then you have Traveller and main sheet to set the overall heel of the boat and the depth of the mainsail that you want. But the final control, which is pretty powerful and at the same time affects the jib, is the runners and the check stay. So this is controlling the bend of the mast and the tightness of the forestay, and it's a pretty important control. A lot of sailing to get the sailing knowledge, followed by quite a bit of coaching, starting with dinghies, fins, moving to smaller keel boats, a bit of laser coaching at the same time, moving to smaller keel boats like Star, Dragon, and then moving on to bigger keel boats. Last year it was a 8-meter World Championship campaign and a lot of work with the SSL 47 already. This is something, because I'm old enough, this is something that's evolved along the way. I think personally at the start was an Australian guy, Glenn Burke, who was sailing the Finn before me and was somebody I looked up to for a long time, who eventually did a bit of coaching with me. He still has a place in the heart. Afterwards was another guy from New Zealand, Craig Monk, that was a similar situation, but didn't end up coaching, but gave me a bit of help. But I think later on was really a guy that I respected enormously was Lars Grail, sailing in the Star at a really, really high level with a physical disability. It was unbelievable how good he was sailing with one leg. Thanks.